stream again. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it's working better for everyone. Let me know. A little feedback is always good. A little feedback is always good. But yeah, that was really annoying. That was super annoying, actually, to be honest. Okay, it looks like it's working now. I think it's working. Let's see if it's working. I don't know. Maybe it's working, maybe it's not, but I feel like it's working. How's everyone doing tonight? Yeah, you're gonna have to restart your stream if it is. That's annoying. I'm trying to do something good for the world here. I'm trying to run some guided meditations, and we got this kind of stuff going down. Oh, it's buffering now again. All right, little feedback. Is it still buffering or what? Are we good? Am I still dropping frames? Not fun. Come on, OBS. Stop messing around, OBS. Okay, it looks like we might be in business now. Are we in business or is it still lagging? What's the consensus? I hope it's working. I really do. Well, maybe I'll do a puzzle rush while we're waiting, because I want to keep it lively. I don't want it to be unlively. Let's see something real quick. Still buffering? Oh, come on, really? A lot? I don't know how to handle that, to be honest. If it's still buffering a lot. Like I never have this issue. Huh. I never have this issue. I'm going to try closing a 15-second delay. Let's try closing Streamlabs chatbot. Yeah, I'm dropping frames. Let's see if I can fix this. I'm going to try lowering the bit rate. Maybe that will help. Let's try lowering the bit rate right now. It was at 4,000. All right, let's try this. Does that help at all? I lowered the bit rate. I don't think this is a bit rate issue. My connections is always fine. I think there's something wrong with the new update for OBS Studios, to be honest. Just typing, check the delay. Here, I'm going to type something. Well, I don't think when I typed here, I'm waving my hand right now. How long did that take to go through? I don't know if that's a good way to test it. I even got your model on, JT. I'm ready to stream. This is pretty disappointing. 18 seconds late. Oh, K-Rob seems good now. Okay, well maybe it's working now. Okay, K-Rob, it seems like it's working all right. Like you can hear me and it's not buffering right now. I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case. Let me know if it's buffering still. Seems good now right away. Okay, yeah. Let me know. Let me know if it's good now. This is really pretty absurd to deal with this. I lowered the bit rate, but we'll see. All right. But yeah. Anyways, what were we talking about? Seems good now right away. Yep. Okay. Good. I think we're good. Let me know if there's a problem. You determine how long it takes to chat to appear on your screen. You determine by how long it takes. Well, I mean, I guess the main thing is whether I'm buffering or not, right? If I'm buffering, then that's going to be a problem, right? Because then people aren't going to be able to enjoy the guided meditations. If I'm not buffering, then it's not really that big of an issue. Then it's just gonna be a little slow for me to react to everyone. Okay, Rob, you said or JT, you say I'm gonna get Kit Kat shaved down Friday. She has a huge mat on her back. and you can't brush it out. She's never been to the vet. Don't know how you're going to get her in the carrier. It's going to be a huge battle. Okay, I have a trick. You take the carrier, you open the door, and you put it on the edge of the table. All right? Then you pick up Kit Kat and you bring her over to right to the edge of the table, to the edge of the carrier, so that there's nowhere for her to put her paws except in the carrier. This is what I've done with my cats, like for the last 15 years or so. They don't like the fact that there's nowhere to put their paws, so they'll probably put their two front paws inside the carrier, and then once their front paws are in the carrier, then you can kind of like, you know, push them in. That's what I do, at least. Hopefully that will work for you and Kit Kat. You know, that's like the move. Yeah, I don't know. It's all cats react differently going to the vet. I mean, cats typically don't like it. They're not fans of going to the vet. It's not something they enjoy. They're not always like, hey, you know, like, what are you gonna do, cat? What are you gonna do today? Yeah, she's probably gonna freak out and and scratch the shit out of you. Yeah, I mean, cats, they're not vet friendly people. They're not vet friendly people. They don't like it. It's like not their favorite thing in the world. Okay, all right. Well, let me do a Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Hey, good to see you, friend. Been a long time, man. We had daylight savings time, right? We had to turn the clocks back, so it's been a weird day for me. Get an extra hour today, right? It's going all right. We were having some technical issues about like 20 minutes ago. All of a sudden, like it's froze, and then I brought it back, and it was buffering a lot. Apparently I still am dropping frames, or maybe I'm not anymore. Yeah, no, I'm still dropping frames, but hopefully it's okay. I lowered the bit rate, so it should be all right for everyone. If anyone notices any technical difficulties, like if it starts lagging a lot or anything like that, just let me know. Let me know in chat, because this is definitely something I got to resolve. Right? I can't have this issue. You know, where it's just going to be like, you know, freezing and buffering during the guided meditations. But yeah, what's going on with you, Hollywood? What's new in your world these days? What's Logan Square, right? How's Logan Square treating you? I'm about ready to load up some chess and play a game of chess. I feel like I've been playing some really good chess lately. I'm at the highest rating I've ever been at, which is cool. I'm in the 99.5th percentile, so I've been rocking with that. So I'm playing some really good chess. I'd like to, but it's crazy though. It's crazy. Like to move up any farther than that, it's just the competition gets really, really wild. It's a lot of fun though. You know, you get to play with some really good players. All right, let's see if I can get some. Oh, hold on a second. I want to load up some chess, and we will do so. There was an update on OBS Studios today, so like I think that's what caused it to crash. Sometimes they come out with these updates and they're not as smooth as they think they're going to be. They're like, oh, we're going to resolve these problems, and then everyone's OBS starts crashing. All right. Let's see if we can get this. I got to abort this actually. And then we'll load it up here. Display capture, no, window capture. All right. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. We're ready. Hollywood, you say you've been really depressed because, oh man, you watched your friend die. Scrambled you up quite a bit, so you've been alone lately. Dude, that's one of the toughest things in the world, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's horrible. Yeah, it is. It's part of life, right? It's part of life, but man, that's there's no easy way to deal with that, you know. You're just gonna have to take it day by day. Yeah, that's rough, man. Sorry to hear that, brother. You know, sorry about that. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, I've lost a lot of friends over the years. I've never been there when they've actually passed away, but it's been bad. You know as well as I do, being from Chicago, how much heroin goes through Chicago. So a lot of my friends ended up getting addicted to heroin over the years and passed away because that's what heroin does. It kills people. Those of you out there who don't know, don't use heroin. It's not a good drug. You know, there's plenty of better drugs you can use. Don't use heroin. All right. It's everyone I know that's gotten into the heroin scene has regretted it and wish they hadn't. So that's how I've lost a lot of friends actually. How would you say you're trying to go through the process of grief? Thanks for the well wishes, everyone. Didn't mean to make the stream. No, it's this part of the stream is all about open, honest communication. That's something that I'm huge into, and that's something that everyone in the chat is big into. Speaking, openly and honestly about whatever's going on, whatever's in their heart. A good friend of mine, he's the guy that made all my emotes. Actually, frequently misunderstood. Him and I were in a really intense discussion once, and we were talking about all sorts of stuff, and during we were talking about communication. And during that discussion, I came up with the line that people talk about everything except what's closest to their hearts. Most people want to talk about superficial stuff. Who won the game, or like, I don't know whether you bought like, Doritos or Cheetos at the store, or like what the weather is, right? But people typically don't talk about what's closest to their hearts, right? So like, that's good that I respect that you're willing to share something that's that puts you in a vulnerable space, right? A lot of people won't. A lot of people won't share that kind of stuff. So that's that shows a lot about your character that you're willing to do that. But yeah, sorry. That's definitely. Hopefully the meditation. We're gonna play a little bit of chess, and then we're gonna hop into the meditation. So hopefully the meditation will help, and I'll send positive energy your way to help you get through this. But we're gonna start off with a game of chess. I promised everyone I would do some chess, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to play a random game on Lichess, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So this is a random game. I have no idea how good my opponent is. He could be a grandmaster. He could be a complete noob. He could be a she. It's just a random opponent. This is what I play. C4. It's Queen's Gambit. If they take, it's Queen's Gambit accepted. If they don't take, like here, it's Queen's Gambit declined. All right. So he or she did not take. This is my standard opening. My knights, okay. They're pushing a lot of pawns now. So this is a lot of pawns to push. All right. We'll see. Sometimes when you push a lot of pawns like this, you get in trouble. They don't have their knights developed at all at this point. And where's this bishop going, right? So this could be an issue for them. We'll see. I'm getting this setup I like. I like having this long diagonal. This bishop f4 move, the computer's not a big fan of it, but I love it. This is like my ideal setup. I'm getting exactly what I want out of the opening, all right? So now the question is, do I take? I'll take here. And I got to move this knight. So I'll move this knight then after the recapture. He'll probably take that way. He gets the rook file, right? Which is fine. So then the question is, I'll bring my knight up here. Why not? And then if he takes, I'll take. But I'm going to be holding on to this dark square bishop. And that's the idea. So, okay, we'll just take. Nothing too crazy, right? And now it's kind of a simple game. I just do this, and I'm going to castle. And then I'm going to try to expand on the queen side a little bit. That's the idea with this. By the way, everyone can see this, right? All right, good. It's not one of those days where I'm just talking and people can't even see what I'm doing. So he's going to be pushing down. I'm going to castle. He's going to have the push. I'm dropping back. Okay, dropping back and then recapturing this way. So this is the structure that we get. And this is kind of what I'm going for. So this is kind of a weird pawn. I can challenge it, right? Okay, he's going in for that. Now I'm probably going to go in for this. Okay, now I'm going to take, okay. I'm taking, he taking. So I have control, notice, over this, but I can't play this right off because he's got this idea. Well, maybe I could. Maybe I even could play this right off. Let's see, he pushes. I just have to not react to it and move my rook up. Okay. Oh, no, hold on. He pushes. I come here. He pushes. Say I come up here and then take. Okay, I think this works. Let's see if I'm right. He's got this push idea, but it will open up my rook file. This rook file will open up. Okay, there he goes. Now I push out to, let's push out to right here. This looks beautiful. That's a really, by the way, rooks are really strong on the 2nd and 7th ranks. Your opponent's, so if I'm white, my opponent's 7th rank, my rook is going to be a monster. He can't challenge it by moving his rook over because my bishop is here. Okay, so he takes. Now the question is, how do I recapture? Well, obviously, I'm going to take like this. I think it's not obvious. I shouldn't say obviously, but that's how I'm going to recapture. Now he's got this weird idea where there and then I take, and then he takes. I think that's actually, I didn't calculate that correctly. He's got a good idea right here. Okay, so yeah, he's playing really good. This guy is like a solid player though. How can I take advantage of this position? How can I do something here? I need to do something. Let's do this. Notice when I moved my bishop, I now have control over this file. I'm defending this. All right, he's going in for this kind of stuff. Okay, looks like I'm going to drop the pawn unless I do something drastic. I might have to. Not looking good, actually, to be honest. What can I do here? This is a really tough position. He's playing really good for one, and I am not playing my best. I could just double up and say, and try to, he's got the bishop pair, but so do I. This is a strong pawn. I don't want this pawn to fall. Looks like it's gonna. Hold on, what about this kind of idea? Rook over, and then bishop over, then... No, that won't work. He's going to be able to force me off this diagonal. All right, so I'm just going to... Okay. It's one of those things where it's like he's going to take my pawn, I'm going to take his pawn. He's going to be able to grab this pawn. Oh, he's going to win the... Damn it! He's going to win the rook because the rook's pinned. Ah, that's a mess. I'm in trouble. All right. Oh, he did it that way. I got really lucky, actually, that he did it that way. He could have done it a better way. But I'm still in serious trouble right now. Oh, and well, there's that. And now he's got the pin. He's going to play bishop here, yeah. Bishop there. And then we got to do this. Ugh, so ugly. But there is hope. Sort of. I'm looking to get my king right here, actually. It's kind of neat. He'll take, and then he's going to bring the rook down here with this fork. Okay, so... Oh, that's a good move, but I got this. This passed pawn is my only hope. This passed pawn. Jeez, what a mess. I've made a mess of this position. He's got the two rooks. So traditionally, the two rooks are going to be stronger than the rook and the bishop. That's the idea. And he can come down here and attack. Well, he can't quite yet because then this rook hangs and I have checkmate. All right. So let's try to create some threats. I'm looking at getting my rook over here. Okay. Now he's got some serious threats going on. How do I deal with this? I got to move over, I guess. He's got all sorts of checks, yeah. This is not a super fun position to play, by the way, just so you're aware. Okay. So now I have a quick here and then check and then drop the bishop back. Yeah, let's do this. We're going to do this and then drop the bishop back when he checks me. Because I don't want to lose the pawn. My rook is super active. Oh, he could take the pawn and then I take and then he wins the bishop. Well, he can't because I have these back rank mate threats too. Okay, so now he's just defending. So I'm going to take over here. Okay. Let's see. I want to increase the pressure on the position. This is a really tough position to defend. Yeah, he's just doing this. All right. Let's get this pawn rolling. This is a pretty cool game, even though like, oh, I should have taken this pawn. What am I doing? I got to come over here and take that pawn. Here, I can do it now. Cool. That's cool. He's in trouble now. He's in trouble. He's in serious trouble. He's got to move back. I'm going to come over here and win the rook. Oh, look at that. Look at that tactic. Woo! Beautiful. Yeah. Comeback kid right here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Tactics win games. Tactics win games. Just like that. He left. He's pissed. He left. The dude is pissed. He is left. He is someone who left. Look at that. We did it. We did it. All right, I'm going to claim my victory. Let me go back. I got to claim this victory. Claim it. Bam. And that's the game. That's the game. All right, that's how you play chess. You just fall behind. You just fall behind. You get yourself in a terrible position, and then you just come up with a nice tactical maneuver to win the game. Let's see. Hey, Danny John is here. Danny John, hello. Good to see you, friend. How are you? How's everything going with you? You say, let's see. Why not bishop to the 7th rank? We'll have to go back. We'll have to go back and check it out. And Mind Within, we have a new person. Mind Within, welcome to the chat. My name is Agni James. I primarily stream guided meditations on Twitch. We do chakra balancing. We do readings from the Tao Te Ching, one of the greatest books ever written. And then I'm also a chess instructor in real life. So we do chess streams as well. And my face just went by. So welcome in. I got to fix the blurriness though. There we go. Perfect. All right, we're back. Okay, so welcome in, Mind Within. How are you doing today? How's everything going with you? Are you into chess at all? Are you into meditation? I like the name, by the way, Mind Within. That's cool. Danny, you say, why not bishop to 7th rank? Well, we can go back and explore that, right? I don't know where you were talking about. You were probably talking about like here, right? You were probably thinking like, why not bishop to the 7th rank here? Well, the rook's here. Hold on. There was a moment where the rook wasn't there, I think, right? Let's see, my rook's... I can't do it now because of his rook on G1. Can't do it here. And then he comes over with the check. Yeah, now this is... Oh, and yeah, I had it here too. This is where I had the winning idea, but I didn't even see it. That's the idea. My bishop's pinned there. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what point you're talking about in the game. Oh, back further? Back further? Let's see. Let's go back to it. All right. So, are you talking about when all these like pawn trades were going off? Oh, like why not the bishop? Like in this situation, maybe, like something like this. Oh, I see what you're talking about. So like this is this kind of idea, like attacking the queen. This could have worked. He would have come over here and taken, but then I would have had nice discoveries with my bishop. This bishop is like a sniper. So this bishop is a really smooth piece. I want to hold on to this bishop at all costs, and it's exerting a lot of control over b8. So in this position, I basically I like to keep my bishop back here, and then just kind of double up like batteries, like maybe 2 rooks on the b file, or rook queen rook on the b file, and just load up here because he can never challenge it with one of the rooks because I just have too much pressure on this this key square right here. So yeah, if that's what you're talking about, it is. Otherwise, we can check it out some other time and talk about it. But yeah, anyways, Mind Within, you're doing good. Excellent. All right. Well, welcome in. Yeah, we do all sorts of stuff here, and I do readings from Grimm's Fairy Tales too, which is nice every now and then. JT, you say no 2 moves later. Oh, white square bishop. All right, let's go. Hold on. Let me load it back up. 2 moves later. So like here to the 7th rank. I don't know. Like here, look at the moves over here, right? So like kind of like what move number are you talking about? Like check out the, we have move 21, move 22, move 23, like. So you're saying 2 moves. The white square. Oh, the white square bishop. I see what you're saying. Like this kind of idea. That's a pretty cool tactical idea. I was pretty concerned about this pawn right here, but it was going to fall anyway. He should have actually taken with the bishop first because that would have pinned the rook to the king, but he didn't. But yeah, I mean it's an idea, right? It's an idea. The idea that I was playing with are just bishops. These bishops were controlling these diagonals, and I was going to try to exert pressure that way. But yeah, I mean. I will win the pawn this way, right? And throw a punch at the rook. I guess he comes down, and then I take, and then he takes, and then I take. It's one play. It's one play, right? I think that's what you're talking about. Yes, there was a white square. So that position, yeah, it's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. You're thinking good tactically. It's just not the route I went with. It's not the route I went with. But you're right. It's not a bad. It would not be a bad idea in that position. Okay, so that was cool. That was exciting. Yeah, I was totally down. Let's actually look at the computer analysis because the computer engine, the chess engine is going to say I'm getting my ass kicked, right? But I think I was beating him out of the opening. I was definitely. Let's see. No, the computer likes him right here actually. Well, now it's even, dead even. All right. Yeah, we're just about even right here. 0.1. I have even. We're dead even. 0.1 right here. I went for that push. He backed up. I have a slight advantage now, 0.6. All right. Now I'm in trouble. So what was the deal? The computer did not want my rook move. Instead, it wanted queen. It wanted the bishop to f4. Or it wanted bishop to a6 or queen to d2. Huh, interesting. Bishop to f4. All right, well, whatever. And then... Now, he was just killing me later on. Well, it's only 0.4. Now, okay, now I'm lost. I'm dead lost at this point. Oh! He's got this awesome idea. Check, attacking my queen and forking my queen. And then I take, and then I take, and then I'm just gone. This was a little bit sloppy. Yeah, this was, but he didn't see it. I mean, let's just go back. Did I have a, okay, it's pretty even. It's funny, though. Even though he's got the 2 rooks, and I have just 1 rook, the computer says this is pretty close. I had this sneaky move. This is a good. Oops, that was a good move. All right, then we had this kind of stuff. He still got the advantage. Computer likes me here. Interesting. Even though he's got the 2 rooks, the computer likes me here, which is pretty cool. Oh, you can't see that. You can't see that. Oh my God. All right. Okay. Enough of chess. We're not doing any more chess because this is what happens when I keep switching back and forth. Sorry about that. Basically, all I was saying is that the computer liked me sometimes and the computer didn't like me sometimes. Gruesome Relics, dude, you come in right now. I'm like explaining a chess game. Here's what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be like explaining this chess game, and I was not even doing what I was supposed to be doing. This is what you were supposed to be seeing. So I had this awesome tactic. All right, so check it out. Here's how I ended up winning this game. He blundered right here. All right, so he comes over, rook to c1. I come on over. I take. Now, he's only got 1 move for his king. And then there's 2 moves that are equally as good. I chose this one. It's a discovered attack. This is a super powerful tactic. So notice when my rook is here, the bishop is in line with the king. So as soon as I move my rook away, it opens up a check on the king. And when you're in check, you have to get out of check, right? So he's got to get out of check. So he gets out of check, and then I take his rook. What if he had taken my bishop? Hold on a second. I'm in check. Oh, he could have just taken my bishop, I think. Well, anyways, yeah. Anyways, that's chess. That's how chess works. Gruesome Relics is an awesome dude. He's a musician. He's a good buddy of mine and a musician. Welcome in, friend. I hope you're doing well today. Yeah, I hope all is well, man. Welcome to the chat. You know, I'm Agni James. That's my name, right? And I stream guided meditations here and chess and all sorts of good stuff. Chad guy, you're here. You say, where are you? You like to walk 4 miles twice a day around the house. You walk around your house 4 miles twice a day. I hope you have a big property, because if you have like, you know, just like a small little house and you're just walking in circles all day, that's kind of intense, dude. I hope you have a lot of acres. I don't walk around my house. By the way, I live in a condo. I live in a condominium, so I'm not sitting there walking around. It's not what I do. It's not my thing. JT, you're saying that you got to stay fit, Chad. Yeah, you do. You got to stay fit. You got to be in good shape. Chad guy, you say, thank goodness your window blinds your neighbors would think you're a psychopath. 4 miles. Dude, I ran 3 miles today. I did do that, which is good. You know, I like to run 3 miles. That's like, I feel like that's like the perfect distance. And I always do the same thing. I start out real slow and then get faster and faster and faster. And then by the time I'm done, as I'm finishing up, I'm sprinting as fast as I can until like I can't go any farther, like to that last minute at that 3 mile mark, that last point, and then I stop. That's always my thing. Chad guy, you say Caesar. Oh, your dog's taking a nap now. Okay, nice. All right, Chad guy, you let's see. You got me to do a hydrate break. All right, so. Yeah, I need to drink some water. You're right. I got to hydrate here. Okay. Oh, and there's a poll. Let's do the poll. You redeemed suggest a poll. Okay. Let's do the poll. Does Agni walk around the house too? So we're going to do the poll. All right. We're going to see. Let's see what the chat thinks. Okay, we're going to see what the chat thinks. Everyone vote. This is a big moment. This is a big moment in existence. Does Agni walk around the house? I don't know. This is a very big moment. I need to fill up my water, so I will be right back. Give me 1 second. All right, the water is full. I think everything's in order, right? Yeah, cool. But anyways, yeah, let's see. So far it's looking okay. We have 4 votes in that say I do walk around the house, and then 3 votes in that are saying that I don't walk around the house. Okay, cool. So it's pretty close. It's neck and neck. It's neck and neck. All right. Chad, you say, LOL, Agni walks in circles around his kitchen. No, I don't do that. I do. I'm big into cleaning the kitchen, though. I like to keep my kitchen pristine. Those of you who know me know that I like to keep my kitchen in good order. Dude, I was really having fun in that chess game. I was really having fun. I want to do one more. Are you all cool with that? We'll do one more, and then we'll do some meditation. How's that sound? Okay, let's do it. We're gonna do one more game of chess, and this time I will share the screen, unlike the last part of my analysis. So let's do this. Okay, the screen is shared. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. We're gonna play, create a game, bam, bam. Okay, here we go. You should all be able to see this. Yep, we're good to go. Queen's Gambit. Let's see if it's accepted or declined. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Accepted. Okay, now when you accept the pawn, so I'm giving him a pawn. You can't try to hold on to it or bad things happen. All right, this guy's in serious trouble. This guy's already in serious trouble. People who try to hold on to this pawn, okay, he's fucked. He's fucked. Bam. That's what happens. In Queen's Gambit, you can take the pawn, but don't try to hold on to it. Don't try to get greedy. Or this stuff happens. Come on, you know? You got to let the pawn go if you're going to take it. It's like I'm saying, hey, here's a pawn. You know, I'm giving the guy a pawn, but like now he just left. You know, that's just how it goes. That was okay. I'm claiming my victory, but we got to play another one because that was like ridiculous. Was that 5 moves or something? Okay, I play the Sicilian defense hyper-accelerated dragon variation. All right. This is looking like the boulder attack on his part. So yeah, he's playing the closed. So when the pawn comes out here, it's closed. When the pawn comes out to D4, it is the open variation. All right, so this is the closed variation. So I think I still just get my knight developed. If he plays this, I'm in good shape. A lot of guys like to play this. They're like, oh, let's harass this knight a little bit. Let's harass the knight. Let's see if he's going to play it. I hop over here. I have 1, 2, 3 pieces attacking his pawn. How's he going to defend that, right? All right, there we go. So now we do this kind of stuff. I probably should. Yeah, that probably wasn't the best. He's looking to push at some point. You know, start pushing. I got this idea, but if he plays this, I got to back up. Okay, so now I go in here, and I want to try to win this. I want to trade my knight for his dark square bishop. If I can do that, it's an advantage. It's a serious advantage for me in this. Okay, so now he gave me what I want. So he doesn't know that his dark square bishop is going to be a better piece in this position. Okay, so all is well. Let's see what I'm going to do. Now the question is about this bishop. Where do I develop it to? Let's do this first. If he pushes, I'm going to drop back here. Now, sure, this will double up my pawns, but it's okay. All right, he's not pushing. Ooh, he's not pushing. I think that's a mistake. Hold on a second. I think I have a tactical idea. Notice how he can't take the knight because of this pin on his queen, right? But he could just hop back here, I guess. But then I can take the bishop and double up his pawns, and this is a strong piece. I'll have both of his bishops, actually, if he does this, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble right now. I don't know how many of you who are huge into chess, but yeah, this is how it goes. Chad, you say in and out the door mostly. What's going on here? Your house is 2,800 square feet, 4 acres. Okay, 4 acres. You can walk around in circles, I guess, on a 4 acre lot. Okay, so he just jumped back there. I'm gonna win. I got his light square bishop now. Okay, so this is kind of cool. Now, sure, he could hop in, right? And now we got to figure out the rest of this. I need a game plan. They say in chess, even a bad plan is better than no plan at all. So let's do this. His knight still can't move. It's kind of interesting. I'm waiting for this idea. He's going to play that eventually. Okay, so he's just hopping back. I got to get my pieces pushing forward. This looks like the break I want, actually. So I'm just going to go for it. Because I can't recapture right away. but it's because of this pawn. Okay, he's just pushing. All right, all right. What are we gonna do here? This rook is weird. This is a weird rook right here. It's like a very, very odd piece. I feel like pushing forward, actually, to be honest. And what else am I gonna do? This? Huh. It's not bad. I want to go take. No, this is not. I'm actually gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Let's go in for it. All right, let's see what happens. I'm taking this way. Oh, he wants to close things down. Dude wants to close things down. All right, let's get my other bishop active. This is kind of sneaky. I'm on the rook. Now I'm all paranoid that you can't all see this. You can all see this. All right, we're in good shape. Okay. Okay, so here's an interesting moment. I'm gonna rip open his pawn structure with this idea. All right. So now he's got to recapture with the queen. Then I'm gonna take the knight, and then he's gonna take right here. And now he's gonna have these weird fucked up pawns right here, which could be problematic. This is a weakness in chess. Double pawns are a weakness, and an isolated pawn here is a weakness too. I'm looking at swinging my queen on over and starting to mount an attack. That's my plan. All right. Yeah, he wants to do that. Let's get the queen over. This is an important idea. I need to get another piece in the action, though. You can't just attack with one piece. That's kind of like an important idea. So let's see. Let's do this, I think. I got to be careful, though. This could be losing, actually. There could be some crazy tactical idea. Now, he also has like ideas like this, harassing my queen a little bit. I could drop back. I'm looking at breaking this open and getting this rook active. Yeah, he's going for this kind of stuff. All right, but what's his next? Like, what's his follow-up, though? You know, he's going to bring this rook probably over. That's like a logical idea, but it still doesn't seem like there's enough. Like, I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see. I want this. And this is going to be a weak pawn, though, once I recapture, just so you know. Because, like, he's probably not going to recapture. He's probably going to, like, just go after this pawn at some point. We'll see, though. This is a pretty interesting game, though. I mean, this guy can play, but I went from having the safer king to, like, now both kings are kind of weak. I feel like I could have played this better. At least I'm going to be able to break some. No, notice how this rook is garbage. This rook hasn't done anything the entire game. He's just sitting here. He's just sitting there. He's like, oh, I'm going to just sit here and not do anything the entire game. Okay, so we got this kind of thing. This rook's going to get active pretty soon. If this rook moves anywhere anytime soon, well, he's got this idea. Okay, so he wants a trade. So now in chess, you have to wonder, okay, is it a good time for a trade? Yeah, I'm going to trade and then win these pawns. That's my plan. You know, he'll win this pawn right here, I mean, if he wants it. But I'm going to have a lot of pressure on him real soon. All right, yeah, he's coming in for that pawn. So I'm just, real quick, I'm just going in. The question is, do I double up first? Nah. I'm going to be able to clean up all these pawns. And then these pawns are going to be pretty quick. But he'll get this stuff. It's going to be kind of a race. We're both trying to, like, nail down each other's pawns. We're trying to capture a bunch of pawns. We're pawn grabbers right now. That's what they call us. All right, so he's going in. Then I'm taking. My rook does a good job of cutting off his king. Notice it's controlling all these files. Okay, so he's taken. I'm taken. This is messy. Okay, let's throw this in. It's a quick checkmate threat. Let's see if he sees it. He's got to drop a rook back or something. I have this cool checkmate threat. It's a nice little checkmate in one. I'm also looking at coming over here, going after this guy. He's got to defend this checkmate way. He's got to play something like this or like this, from what I can tell. Everything else loses. What do you want, man? You got this or this? Which one do you want? Okay, he went with that one. All right, cool. Okay, now let's get this rook over here. I got to watch out for my own for his own checkmate threats, but just do this. I'm eyeing this pawn, right? That's the idea. I just want to gobble up these pawns and then push out to up victory lane, to victory lane. All right, so now he's got his own checkmate in one threat, which is fine. So I can't take. Now I have to come back and defend, unfortunately. All right. I'm coming back and defending. Oh, he's got this idea, though. No, he doesn't have it yet. He's got to play king over first. This is a little problematic. I might lose this game. Oh, he's going for that. Okay. Let's see. Let's do... I need to get some piece activity here. I think I got to trade off one pair of rooks, unfortunately. This pawn's going to be really quick. This is a little messy. Technically, I'm up a pawn, but he's got this problem pawn. This pawn's pretty fast. I mean, he takes, I take. My king gets closer to the action at least. All right, so he's taking, I'm taking. Now, how does he do this? Okay. Oh, I can just... Oh, I see. He's going to have... I have this idea. Then he's got that. He's going to be able to pick off my pawns now. All right. He did a good job of creating this counter threat. This pawn is... So he's going to come right here, check, and then fork my pawn. So I got to move up here then. Damn. He's not doing bad. So I'm coming here when he comes here. I don't know why he hasn't done it yet, though. Like, he's starting to run low on time. He's starting to run lower than me, at least. All right. Now I go here. Now he's got to take one of these guys. Probably take, like, this one. I'll take over here if I want. Then he'll take this guy. And then it's just anyone's game. My king is more active, though. I have that going for me. It's almost like after I take, when he takes, I take, he takes. Oh, I have this idea. He's really taking his time. This guy's moving super slow. I don't know what's going on here. You know, obviously, okay. Oh, that's not a good move at all. He just fucked up. Unless I'm fucked up. I'm pretty sure this guy just fucked up big time. I actually should have pushed one of these pawns. I'm on the rook now. That was not a good move. I should have pushed one of these pawns. Look at his clock. It's crazy. What is he doing? This guy's like out of control all of a sudden. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. He's just gonna allow me to take his pawns. I'll take with the king, I guess. Centralize my king. Is he gonna take this guy, I guess? All right, well, whatever, you know. Okay, let's play. I have really good winning chances now. Just gotta not mess this up. Let's do this kind of stuff. Now I'm looking at pushing up. My rook's going to support the advance of this pawn. He just really botched this. He really botched this this endgame. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's looking at pushing, but he can't even because of this. All right, so now I'm just going to push this dude. He's looking at trying to push, but it just doesn't tactically, it's just not the right idea. It's not the right idea, man. I mean, I could even come over here right now. This dude is weird. He was doing good. He was doing really good. I don't know where he went astray. Maybe the time pressure is getting to him. He is spending a lot of time. When you spend a lot of time, obviously you can calculate more in depth and you can figure things out. But like I'm just gonna clean up over here now. And if he tries coming over here to attack, I'm just gonna take with a rook and defend everything. This is GG. Nothing. There's nothing for him. Yeah. Look. Bam. Defend the rook, or defend the pawn with the rook. And what's he doing now? Okay, well, you want to run over there? I'll run over here. He's just throwing in checks. I'm going to come on over here. Now, that's helping me. This is just helping me. It's helping the cause. He's got one more check. All right, beautiful. I can now start pushing these pawns up. He's out of checks. I even have ideas like this. Okay, well, not quite with that. So now I just push here. And his rook can't do shit. His rook is stuck. Let's just knock his king back temporarily. This is a cool moment. Okay, now my pawn can actually push up. He's got this check right there. All right, well, that's fair, you know. He doesn't have this check because of the pawn. He's only got 48 seconds. This guy is not moving. He's just not moving quick enough. I'm just going to start pushing up here. And there's like a million ways I could do this, you know. Let's just do this, I guess. Okay, just attack the pawn or attack the rook. Now he's got this idea of winning my rook, so I can't allow that. So let's just hop back here. If he comes over now, I guess this. Then he can win this pawn though. So I guess we'll do this kind of stuff. Yeah, there's no way. No, I'm not gonna. But I can just push up. If I can lure his king, okay, this is fine. This is fine. I'm just going to lure his king all the way over, and then I'm going to push up these pawns. This is like a nice little trick. All right, there we go. Game over. Dun, 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 dun. Now I'm forced to get the rook trade in, and he can't do anything. There. I just bring my king here. I can pre-move it out. Bam. I can pre-move it all the way, all the way, all the way. And then just come on over here and then take this guy. All right. Okay, now I just got to avoid stalemate, basically. Push out. Ooh, I'm close to stalemating him, actually. Look at that. That's pretty crazy. He's only got one square you can go to. Okay, so now I just cut him off. So now he's trapped. This is an important moment. He's trapped on this file. So on that file, right? So I just promote. And then now my next move is just here or here or here. I can win any way I want. Cool. All right. We got to see an interesting game. He just collapsed in the end game. That was weird. Like typically, I mean, he played like weird in the end game. I don't know like what his end game deal was. That was a interesting thing. But anyways, I'm back. Welcome everyone. Where were we at in chat? Tiago, you say, yeah, LA, our homeless population is around 4 million. There's 4 million homeless people in LA. Dude, you should let them all live in your house, man. Let all 4 million people live in your house, and then that will solve the issue. Okay. Why was he punching your wall? Someone was punching your wall? Oh, you found a homeless guy punching your property wall. That is weird. Why was he doing that? He was most likely high on PCP and fentanyl. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you got to punch a wall. In life, sometimes you got to punch a wall. That's just something that people do. Chad, JT, you say to Chad, I think we are complex creatures that have a ways to go in unlocking what we are truly capable of. I think so too, and that's what Evolve Yourself TV is all about, right? We're complex beings, and we want to try to, evolve and grow, right? It's kind of the thing. Chad, you have Ring cameras everywhere. Cool. Well, he would have threw them at you. Oh, some blueberry muffins. Yeah, make blueberry muffins maybe that was it. If you had made him a blueberry muffin, he wouldn't have thrown it at you. The guy was just hungry. He might have just been hungry. You saw a lady hand a McDonald's breakfast to one homeless guy. He threw the hot coffee at her. Well, that's not nice. That's kind of messed up. Cops came, took him, and yesterday you saw the same guy again. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Do you hang out with this guy or something? Like, why are you seeing the same dude? Like, LA's a big place, man. It's like, I mean, how many people are in your city? I know you're not technically in LA, right? Check out, you said Northern California, you guys don't have a large homeless population. Huge homeless population, especially here in the Central Valley. The Bay Area has been pushing all their homeless population into the Central Valley. Really sad situation. So yeah, you probably have to see homeless people all the time that are like just struggling to make it, right? They're just trying to like get like a good meal. That's rough. Chad Gay, you say Agni is lucky. You'd rather be dodging bullets and prostitutes. LOL. These homeless LA is looking like Shutter Island. You'd rather be dodging bullets. This is how we do it in Chicago, right? We gotta dodge the bullets. All right. Okay. I don't know what's even going on anymore. Let's see what else we have going on. JT, you know a few alien beings. Yeah, there's some alien beings around. There are some aliens. Chad, you say they're ancient kingdom technology and our government has been trying to re-engineer them. We're talking about aliens. Interesting. We're living in a post-apocalypse world. Talking about ancient aliens. My mom is big into this show. My mom likes ancient aliens. And Chad, you're into the show. JT, you like it too. You love falling asleep to this show. Lots of interesting theories. There's a lot of people that are into the ancient aliens. I am not. I'm not an ancient alien fan, but like I don't watch a ton of TV. Chad, you say humanity once controlled the weather in our entire planet until they made a mistake and caused the Great Ice Age. Well, that's a pretty big mistake. They should have fucking, dotted their I's and crossed their T's a little better. You don't want to make a mistake that's going to cause the Ice Age. Chagger, you say Agni just thinks the universe isn't real or something. Talk about boring. Yeah, that's my meta. Well, from the context of eternity, I believe that it's real from like our phenomenal experience of it. Right, we're walking around in the world and experiencing it. But from the larger context of eternity, this ain't real. This is it's just fiction. But we got to live it as if it's real. It has instrumental value. JT, you say, yeah, don't bash on Agni until he has time to defend myself. Yeah, I got to win the chess, then you can bash on me. Chaga, you say, do you think humans have hidden abilities like telekinesis? Something about a third eye? And, that's when JT, you said you're complex creatures, we got to evolve. You wish you can help them all out, but some are so strung out it would get dangerous. It's the case. It is. Some homeless people are super strung out, so it's probably not in your best interest. I mean, you can offer some food or something. I've done that before. I've been like, hey, here's my leftover meal. Do you want my leftover meal from whatever restaurant I just ate at in Chicago? But I mean, I don't really go farther than that. Okay. Here we are. So I always start out really intense and everything's like, lots of stuff going on, lots of energy. And then we slow things down and we go within to the place of peace, love, and oneness in our hearts. Find a comfortable seated position. Let me adjust the lights first. think it just got a little blurry. Maybe not. Okay, so find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths on your own. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. And we'll get to those redemptions after the meditation. So take a few more slow and deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your breath calms your body, and your body calms your mind. Be mindful of your breath count. visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds move together and merge into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit. Keep your awareness on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your awareness to your breath. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Keep your attention on your breath count. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the inner light within them. So that they may shine their light on all whom they encounter, until the whole world is glowing radiantly as one once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye sight. Stay focused on your breath. when thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing from your mind. And return your awareness to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love emanating from this location. Experience the warmth surrounding your love. Notice the joy that resides here. Accompanied by perfect peace. Here in this place, you are eternal. In this place of monism, you are home. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which hinders your evolution. Focus on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your awareness to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down below the level of consciousness. Go to the region of your center point. The place from which your essence emanates the strongest. The place of perfect monism existing at your center. At your center point, opposites cannot enter. Boundaries and separation do not exist here. Fear and worry cannot enter this holy place. For this place is already filled eternally with love. Allow yourself to be at peace at your center point. focusing your attention on your breath. Being mindful of your center point. When you're ready, travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you remember your true identity. At your center, you recall how you came to be. Here, at your center point, you remember your divine purpose. To spread love and light on all of those who perceive themselves as separate. Here, at your center point, you flow from the source of all creation. Being love, you flow from love. Here, at your center point, the phenomenal world disappears. And you are reunited with your noumenal home. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego, which obscures your third eye vision. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all stress and tension from your mind. Excuse me. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all existential angst from your being. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all fear and worry from your mind. Gently open your eyes and return to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I hope you all feel more peaceful and relaxed after this meditation. I hope you feel more open to the awareness of love's presence. And I hope you'll be able to take this peace and love with you into the world and share it with those who do not know this love, those who have forgotten this place of perfect peace and oneness. Namaste. All right. How was that for everyone? I definitely feel a lot more peaceful and relaxed after that meditation. That was a 36-minute guided meditation. So I hope you all feel good after that. Hey, Kittens Kung Fu is here. How is it going, friend? I have to do my shout-outs manually today because OBS is not cooperating. Kittens Kung Fu. There we go. Big shout out to Kittens Kung Fu. Super amazing human being. He's a streamer here on Twitch. He's a personal trainer. He's into the internal energy arts such as Qigong. He's been a great inspiration to me in my streaming. I love how when he streams he has a very minimalistic setup and he focuses on what's truly important. And that's the actual content, not the flair, not how many gizmos you have popping up on the screen, but he focuses on the actual essence of Qigong, the essence of working out, the beauty of it. And he has a lot of wise things to say. There's a lot of wisdom in Kittens Kung Fu. So check him out and drop him a follow. Yes, he's also from Chicago. So he's my Chicago brother. How are you doing, friend? I hope you're doing well, man. I hope all is well with you. I hope all is well with Mia. He's got a beautiful cat named Mia also, who he pours love into, and she pours love into him, and they're wonderful. They're good companions. They both bring a lot of love and light into the Chicago atmosphere. Danny John, yeah, Mia, right? Mia, absolutely. And Danny John, you hung around for the meditation. Wonderful. Yes. Kittens, you say, See, you are very wise too. Well, thank you. Thank you. That's super kind of you, brother. I appreciate that, man. All we do is we live and we learn things, and then we try to share them with people. And, especially things that can bring peace to others. Those are some of the most important things you can share. I mean, it's nice to know, to share, the weather report with someone, and, to let someone know who won the game. But at the end of the day, if you can share a path to peace with that person, or in your case, if you can share, qigong with someone and show them how to access that internal energy within them, and how to feel strong and alive and powerful within this sensory world of sensory experience, then you're doing something. You're doing something special, right? So I respect that, man. I appreciate that. You say Parmenides is the bee's knees, yeah. And she has been walking around on her harness, and she's doing great, except for Danny John scaring her. This is Danny John. I'm going to have to call you out on this live on stream. I know you like to be called out, but Danny John and I took Parmenides for a walk, and Danny John decided to kind of freak out Parmenides a little bit. She scared her. She scared her a little bit, and Parmenides was not happy. But it's okay. It's okay. They're cool now. They're cool now. They had Danny John and Parmenides had a little bit of conflict for a while. Parmenides was giving her very weird stares. She was giving her very, very weird looks, very bizarre looks. Like the hair was sticking on end when she would see her, and they had a little bit of conflict, but they worked it out, and now they snuggled together again. So it's all good. It's all good again. Okay. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, and then let's do some readings from the Tao Te Ching. How about we do that? We do some readings. And Chad Guy, are you still around? I got to do your redemption, redemption for poetry. We're going to do I'm a poet. Those of you who don't know, I'm Agni, and I'm a poet as well. So I have some poetry to read. Whoa! Anonymous just tipped $15. Super appreciative, man. Thank you, whoever's out there, man or woman or whatever you identify with. I really appreciate that. That's super kind of you. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and let's see. I'm gonna fill my water as well. I'll be back in 2 minutes, and then we'll continue the stream. Give me a couple minutes. All right, I'm back. Agni James is back. That means we can continue. We can continue the stream. Okay, let's see. Yeah, thank you again, whoever that anonymous donation was from. I really, really appreciate that. Super, super sweet, super kind. Let's see. Kittens, you say, good. You've been working and eating and playing with Mia, and eating again and playing with Mia more than eating while playing, more and eating more while playing with Mia. Well, you have to eat a lot, man. You're a big dude. You need to get as much protein in your system as possible. Like I worry that you sometimes you don't get enough protein. If you're working out as much as you do, you're like deadlifting like ridiculous amounts of weight and stuff. If you're working out as much as you do, man, you gotta eat lots of protein. Sometimes with me, I'm always wondering, like, am I eating enough? I did core today. I did all abs and core, and then I went for a 3-mile run, and I came back and I was so hungry. It was crazy. I ate. Let's see, what I ate? 4 eggs with cheese. 4 eggs with cheese. A bunch of yogurt. And then a couple protein shakes, and like I was like just like so starving. I could feel my body just like sucking, and an apple. Then I could feel my body like sucking in all that protein. I just needed that, It's important. Let's see, JT, you're talking to Kittens. You say you're living the life, dude. Love it. Been working lots. Haven't been able to catch the few times you streamed. Missing you and Mia. Yeah, I know you've been working. It's a different world for you now, JT. That you're working the second shift. That changes everything, right? But I'm just grateful to have you here. It's cool. It's cool when I can stream on the weekend and have you here. Because dude, the streams are seriously way better when you're around. When you're not around, the energy during that meditation was powerful. That was powerful. The energy's much more powerful when you're here for the streams. Kittens, you say counting clouds is more exciting than watching your streams. Believe me, you didn't miss anything special. Miss you and Kit Kat too. I like your streams, man. I think your streams are awesome. You've been doing what, primarily weightlifting streams lately. Have you done any qigong? I know you haven't been streaming that much, but it's crazy. Kittens, I was actually just talking about this the other day. Pretty much every single yoga instructor that was here 10 years ago is no longer streaming yoga on Twitch. It's crazy. Think about all the yoga streamers that have left. We had Grace Yoga, obviously, one of our close friends, right? We had Yoga Hana. We had Shanti Shabi. Mel's Camp has been streaming, but it's just been Minecraft. No yoga or qigong for her recently. We had let's see, who else? There were a bunch. I can't even recall. I don't know. Basically though, we had like 10 yoga streamers that left. It's weird. I can't even recall them right now. But yeah, we had 10 yoga streamers that left. Evelyn Yoga, she left. She's no longer streaming on Twitch. Who else is doing it? Who else? Now this is kind of bothering me. That's 6, I think, 5 or 6. There were 4 more that I was thinking about. Yoga with Shannon. But I did actually see her stream once the other day, but that was another one who used to stream more. Yeah, that's like 7 right there. Marcel. Marcel grew. Marcel, by the way, Marcel he's still doing YouTube videos. I still do that wrist stretching one every morning. Every morning I do that wrist stretching one that you helped him with, and that's awesome. That is such a good workout, morning workout for the wrists. It warms me up, and then like my wrists feel great, like when I'm like doing push-ups or whatever I'm doing. Right, my wrists feel like healthy and strong. I love that video. It's the second thing I do. So first I do Kumnaye, where I massage up and down my fingers, and then up the forearms and up the shoulders on both arms. I do that for both arms, so that kind of gets the blood flowing, right? And then I do the wrist stretching video that you helped you and Marcel did the collab together on, and that's a great video. So yeah, it definitely I don't get it. Like sometimes my wrists were getting achy and stuff and feeling weird, just like going into push-ups without like properly warming up. And now that I do that stuff, like I can do, go into push-ups and curls and my wrists feel fine. They feel healthy and strong. So thank you so much for that. Excuse me. Okay, let's see. Kitten just say, yeah, a lot have moved on. Yeah, a lot of the yoga streamers. I mean, Grace is streaming on Inside Timer. Oh, Moon Hanu, right? She was another one. So that's 8. Moon Hanu. High Yoga, that's 9. So that's 9. There's one more I'm missing. But that's 9 yoga streamers that have all moved on or are streaming on different platforms or just doing YouTube stuff or have stopped streaming all together, right? It's crazy to think about. Let's see. Kittens, you're amazing to JT. You are. And she is. She is amazing and beautiful and wonderful and special and incredible and amazing. Yeah, she is that way. Kittens, you say that's great. He should be very proud of that wrist video. That was his brainchild. Yeah, I mean, it's a really good one. It really is. Okay, so we're going to do a reading, like I promised, from the Tao Te Ching. In fact, let me edit the stream info so people can see where we're at. One of the greatest books ever written, Lao Tzu's masterpiece. We've been doing one reading every stream. Okay, so the Tao Te Ching, Grimm's Fairy Tales. Oh, we got to do some chakra balancing too. What are we talking about? We haven't done chakra balancing in a while. All right. So, okay, we got everything updated. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. Let's go to let's go to readings. A different category. Let's go to reading fun. I think is the name of the category. Reading fun. There it is. Bam. We're going to hop into reading fun because we're reading. We're reading, so we got to go into reading fun. Okay. So let's see what verse we're on. Okay, we are on verse 30. There's 81 verses in Lao Tzu's masterpiece, and we're on verse 30 already. So we're moving along. We're moving along. 10 more verses, and we're going to be about halfway done. All right, cool. Excuse me. I got a hair in my throat. Must be one of these hairs. Okay, and by the way, when Chad Guy comes back in stream, I got to do his poetry redemption. He redeemed it right when I started the meditation, so... Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for some of the ultimate wisdom of the phenomenal realm? Here we go. Reduce the size and population of the state. Ensure that even though there are tools 10 times or 100 times better than those of other men, the people will not use them. Ensure also that they will look on death as a grave matter and give migration a wide berth. They have ships and carts, but will not go on them. They have armor and weapons, but will have no occasion to make a show of them. Bring it about that the people will return to the use of the knotted rope, will find relish in their food, and beauty in their clothes, will be happy in the way they live, and be content in their abode. Though adjoining states are within sight of one another, and the sound of dogs barking and cocks crowing in one state can be heard in another, yet the people of one state will grow old and die without having had any dealings with those of another. Interesting. There's some depth in there. We're going to have to go through that again and let's talk about it a little bit. All right. Here we go. He's talking initially about reducing the size and population of the state. Ensure that there are tools 10 times or 100 times better than those of other men. The people will not use them. Interesting. So if we have better tools, people will not use them. Ensure also that they will look on death as a grave matter and give migration a wide berth. They have ships and carts, but will not go on them. They have armor and weapons, but will have no occasion to make a show of them. Okay, so if you're reducing the size of the population, I see what you're saying, what he's saying. we then people will be more content. They won't need to use weapons because people will be more chilled. It's like anything. If you pack people into a small place, like think about the big cities, right? There's a lot of crime in big cities, right? Why? Because you have a lot of humans packed into a small place, right? Bring it about that the people will return to the use of the knotted rope, will find relish in their food and beauty in their clothes, will be happy in the way they live, and be content in their abode. I like that. Though adjoining states are within sight of one another, and the sounds of dogs barking and cocks crowing in one state can be heard in another, yet the people of one state will grow old and die without having had any dealings with those of another. Interesting. I think what he's saying here is that, if we reduce the population, then you hear people in the neighboring counties or the neighboring countries, right? But you're not gonna have any dealings. And he's saying it's a good thing. Now that's kind of interesting. We live in a very global culture, and this book was written 2,000 years ago, right? We live in a very global culture, very global world right now. So I don't know. I don't know if that's really relevant to today's world. I mean, we tend to value things like connecting with other cultures and connecting with other countries, the people in other countries, right? Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? In his time, it was probably a lot more important because they were, I don't know, because of the context of their situation, right? In our time, who knows? But take it for what it's worth. It is Lao Tzu, and he has some of the most amazing things ever in this book, right? Okay. Yeah, JT, it's going to be interesting when you get Kit Kat shaved down. She has a mat so you can't brush out. She's going to hate you forever. Yeah, Parmenides had a mat the other day. I was able to cut it out, but she wasn't thrilled about it. Then you got to brush it and cut it. It's something. All right. We are on to some chakra balancing. Are you ready to balance your chakras? We got to get our chakras in alignment. We're still on the second chakra, which is the water chakra. And we are almost done with it, actually. Oh, cool. We're almost to chakra 3, which is fire. This is cool. All right. Here we are. We're doing journal exercises. We are doing journal exercises right now. It's time for journal exercises. I think this is where we're at. Okay, yeah, we're on pleasure. Who here likes pleasure? Does anyone here like pleasure? Some people like pleasure, right? Okay. Desire and emotions have a lot to do with pleasure and pain. Pleasure is an impetus to move forward. Pain makes us move away. This is the time to pleasure yourself. Whoa, okay, all right. I don't know if this is still a family-friendly stream. Okay, well, this is, hey, I'm just reading from a book. I am just reading from a book, all right? And I don't know if they mean to take that literally, but yeah, JT, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. We got to continue, though. Make a list of the things that give you pleasure. How does it compare to your list of desires? Again, try to see that there are pleasures listed for all parts of you. Your body, your mind, your spirit, your emotions, your creativity, etc. Work on creating some bit of pleasure for yourself every day and aim for overall balance in a week to nourish all parts of you. Notice how you feel about yourself and how the amount of pleasure in your life affects your self-esteem. That's kind of interesting. Maybe, the relationship between pleasure and self-esteem. I never really thought about that. Maybe if you have more pleasure, your self-esteem is greater, or maybe if you have less pleasure, your self-esteem is greater. That's a cool thing to observe that relationship. Yeah, JT, you say, LOL, is this the time, really? I don't know. I mean, it's Sunday evening? I don't know. How much do you do for yourself daily that is for your own pleasure? How much guilt do you have to deal with when you allow yourself pleasure? So do you feel guilt when you allow yourself pleasure? That's another interesting topic. I don't really, I don't think I feel guilt when I allow myself pleasure. I feel pretty good, right? Maybe some of you do. I don't know. It seems kind of interesting. How does pleasure make you feel? Well, that's kind of you would think that pleasure is just going to make you feel good, right? What priority does it have in your life, and are you happy with that? That's kind of an interesting question. How does pleasure make you feel? I've never heard of anyone being like, oh no, keep that pleasure away from me. But I guess from like a Buddhist perspective, right? Pleasure can be very dangerous, right? If you're overdoing it, right? If you're just constantly, seeking pleasure, right? Then you're going to be attached to that pleasure, right? So I guess that's what they're getting at, right? So keep that in mind. Okay, cool. That's pleasure. And now we're going to hit up duality. Duality. Oops. Here we go. You can see it on the side of the screen. Number 4. Okay. One of the prime forces for movement in the universe is the attraction of opposites, a force that comes about by virtue of the existence of duality. This is the time to pay attention to opposites. And remember, opposites only exist within the phenomenal realm, the world of sensory experience, right? That's kind of interesting to note. Kittens, you say, or pleasure at the expense of other aspects of your life. Yeah. Maybe the vulnerability to overindulge. I think you're spot on, man. Absolutely. That's you're on point with that. Yeah, right. Because like, what if you're just sitting there and you're just like, hey, I'm just gonna gorge on ice cream. I'm just gonna sit here and just like eat ice cream all day. I mean, that might be pleasurable for a while, but like, you're not gonna feel good. At the end of the day, you're not gonna be as productive. You're not gonna get done the things you want. There's a difference between pleasure and contentment. A lot of people are like, I just want to be happy, right? I just want to feel good, right? But do you really want to feel happy, or do you want to feel content? I think it's better to feel content with your situation, with your life, to live in a state of contentment than it is to just overindulge in pleasure, right? And then Kittens, you say, or to affect your list of priorities. Exactly, priorities, right? Yeah, if you have like a bunch of priorities, a bunch of things to do, right? Then like, and those take precedence over pleasure, then it's probably a good thing, right? If your number one priority is just to get as much pleasure out of life as possible, then like, I don't know, maybe you're just going to become a heroin addict, right? Hey, Terra Time is here. All right, the emote queen has entered. She comes in with a burst of energy. Terry, how are you today? Good to see you. We're going to have to give you a manual shout out today because I closed Streamlabs chatbot because OBS is messing around after the update. There we go. Big shout out to Terra Time. Terra Time is a phenomenal streamer here on Twitch. She's a personal trainer. She's from Argentina. She makes working out fun. You will go to her stream. You will smile. You will laugh. You will cry. You will do sound redemptions. Where's the cat? She will look for that cat. She will say, where's the cat? Where's the cat? And she will look around for that cat. You redeem the dog sounds. She has a great community. Wonderful people hang out in Terra Time streams. And she's the best dancer on the planet. There's no one who dances better than Terra Time. So, she's the emote queen and she's the dance queen. She can do both of those. So definitely check her out. Good to see you, Terry. How's everything going with you tonight? Or maybe today. I think you're what, 1 hour, a couple hours earlier? No, you're later. You're later than me. So it's probably like 10 or 11 where you're at. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Terry. Last time I saw you, I was wearing a mask. You get to actually see my face this time, right? Good to see you, Terry. How's everything going? All right. We're doing chakra balancing. We're balancing our chakras. We're doing journal exercises that are going to help us get our chakras in alignment. Okay. Oh, midnight where you're at. All right. Are you in bed? Are you laying in bed? Are you watching me in bed? I know sometimes you watch me in bed. That's just how it goes. You lay there, you eat chocolate after like working out for 8 hours. You like work out 8 hours and you just eat some chocolate and then you go to bed. You're in bed. Nice. Cool. Is the cat with you? The cat or the dogs? By the way, do you sleep with the pets? Do you allow the pets in bed or not? Some people do. I don't allow it. It's too distracting for me. I'm also allergic to Parmenides, which is a shame. But I keep my bedroom pet free. All the rest of my house she can roam around, but the bedroom is pet free. Okay. Duality. One of the prime forces for movement in the universe is the attraction of opposites, a force that comes about by virtue of the existence of duality. This is the time to pay attention to opposites. What qualities are opposites to your own? And how do you feel about them? What do you repress in yourself? How are you polarized? One polarity we dance between is the male-female duality. How much do you acknowledge your female side? Your male side? Interesting. Take time to acknowledge your shadow. The shadow is the part of the personality that we reject as being unpleasant, unethical, or undesirable. Our shadow might be the part of us that is angry, selfish, lazy, or sloppy. Acknowledgement of the shadow does not mean that we emphasize with these qualities, but that we acknowledge their existence directly so that they do not infiltrate our actions. Interesting. So by acknowledging their presence, for some reason that keeps them from infiltrating our presence. If my shadow is an angry bitch, I might want to acknowledge it by looking at where the anger comes from and what function it would have in my life. Whoa! All right, this is not a family-friendly stream anymore. But I'm just reading from this book. I can't be held responsible. It's like that song, I can't be held responsible. She was touching her face, right? Something like that. Interesting, yeah. If my shadow is an angry bitch, I might want to acknowledge it by looking at where the anger comes from and what function it would have in my life. All right, well, keep that in mind. All you angry bitches out there, keep that in mind. What form would your shadow take if you were to allow its expression? What kind of feelings would be operating? How are those feelings affecting your life presently? Emotions are the energetic expression of the second chakra. Many of us experience dualities in our emotional fluctuations. We range from happy to sad, from hopeful to discouraged, from angry to placating. Ideally, we want a full range of emotions so that we can encompass both polarities, yet be centered and balanced within their range. If we are only able to experience one side, then we are emotionally unbalanced. If we are so caught in the fluctuations that we cannot feel the middle ground, we can lose our sense of self and become victims of our emotional flow. Yeah, that happens sometimes, right? Sometimes you can see that happening with people, right? That's the way it is. How much do your emotions vary between one extreme and the other? What are the most common poles? So for me, I would say the most common poles are anger. You know, I have an anger spectrum that I go to sometimes, and then I have like that state of perfect love and peace. The anger spectrum I've gotten good at. The anger polarity I've gotten good at sublimating into productive things like working out. Like if I'm angry a lot of times, I'll work out. Anger is a great source of energy for working out, right? And then when I'm feeling that state of perfect love and oneness, I'll share that with others, right? So then, what are the common poles? Do they balance over time? What would be a middle ground expression of these emotions? Ideally, the inner self is the meeting point of all dualities. In this chakra, we work to let go of polarization and come to a balance. Without denial or repression, instead, we look for the integration that allows us to progress upward through the chakras from a firm and solid ground with an enlivening charge of emotional energy. Ooh. Okay, cool. I think that's pretty neat. Yeah. All right. And that's it. That's it for the chakra balancing for today. What do you all think of that? Did you get anything out of that? Let's see. Terror Time, you said, you're back in the city. Okay, nice. You're back in the city. You're enjoying the city. Cool. You were at the farm. You go from the farm to the city. You're back and forth. I like that. You get to experience two cool, very distinct, disparate worlds, right? And JTLOL, you said, yeah, right. You gotta acknowledge. We have to all acknowledge our angry bitch side sometimes, apparently, according to Chakra Balancing book. Kittens, you say, nice, the verb pipe, freshman reference. Yeah, that's right. Can't be held responsible. She was touching her face. Terry, you love the farm. Yeah, the farm. I want to go there. I want to go there. I want to go to the farm. It looks beautiful. Every time you stream from there, I'm always excited. And I bet the animals love the farm too. I mean, can you imagine being an animal at that farm, just running around, being out in nature? Kittens, imagine taking Mia to the farm. Mia would be so happy, right? Just like running around at the farm. She would have so much fun, like tall grass and just, just having that feeling of being able to run around outside in nature and in that beautiful environment in Argentina, right? Hey, Makawaka's here. Good to see you, friend. How you doing, buddy? I had to shut down my my automatic shout out. So let me give you a shout out. Makawaka. Here we go. Big shout out to Makawaka. He's an OG streamer here on Twitch. You've been streaming a long time, buddy. You've been here a long time. Check him out. Drop him a follow. I typically have caught him doing like walking streams, travel type streams. Good dude. He's a good human being. He's also a friend of Grace Yoga, who's one of the best people I know. So it's good to see you, Makawaka. How's everything going with you? How have your streams been lately? I haven't been able to spend a lot of time on Twitch lately, and I haven't been streaming as much, so I haven't been able to check out one of your streams recently. But I hope everything's going well, man. I hope all is well, brother. Okay. We just got done reading. We did chakra balancing. We did reading. We read a passage from the Tao Te Ching, one of my favorite books ever written, and it's one of the greatest books ever written in my opinion. And now we're actually going to move into Grimm's Fairy Tales. Makawaka, have you ever read Grimm's Fairy Tales? Are you familiar with this? I think it's phenomenal, right? It's just these short little stories that are excellent. I really like the content in there. They're dark though. They're dark, but they're like for kids. I think it's kind of weird. Like my mom gave me this book when I was 5 years old. No, 6. I had just turned 6. When I was 6 years old, my mom gave me this book, and it's got some of the darkest stories ever written. They're like talking about like cutting open a fox and filling it up with stones and then sewing it back up and throwing it in a river. Like, who does that, right? While the fox is sleeping, and the fox is just like trying to have like a good night's sleep. I mean, these are dark stories. I don't know if Grimm's Fairy Tales actually is family friendly. Makawaka, you say you haven't been streaming as much, but you try to get in a few. You've been busy with work, yeah, and your brain is fried most. I totally know the feeling, man. Yeah, when you're busy with work, you don't have time to stream as much, right? That work's got to take priority, right? Otherwise, we starve to death. It's kind of one of those things, right? Kittens, you say Mia would frolic at the farm, and Terry, you say yes, come with kittens. Yeah, right. Us Chicago brothers, we could fly in together. That would be cool. And Mia would have so much fun at the farm. Parmenides too. I mean, she'd probably be a little freaked out, right? Because it's a way different environment, but it's a cool place, man. That to have that farm in Argentina. Makawaka, I don't know if you know Terra Time. She lives in Argentina and she has a farm there. So we were talking about the animals, our pets, going to that farm and running around and how cool it'd be. Let's see. Makawaka, you said you're trying to rest this week and you have not. Oh, okay, cool. And then JT, you say perfect a night. So yeah, we're gonna read one story and then we're gonna call it a night. That's how we're doing it. All right. So the last story we read was the Goose Girl. All right. Now we're gonna read. This is a good one, I think. The Cat and the Mouse in Partnership. I like it when cats and mice get together. That's like a big thing for me. My whole life, I've always been kind of disheartened by the fact that cats and mice just don't really get along, But like, I feel like they should. Cats and mice could totally get along. They could be friends, right? Why not? Oh, nice. She just dropped her follow. Yeah, she's cool. She's really cool. She's a personal trainer, and she makes working out fun. So if you're into fitness and health at all, she's someone who's gonna be able to teach you a lot, and she's just a wonderful, happy human being. That's awesome that you did that. Thank you, man. Okay, this is called The Cat and the Mouse in Partnership. It's only a few pages long, so we'll be done quick. A cat, having made acquaintance with a mouse, professed such great love and friendship for her that the mouse at last agreed that they should live and keep house together. See, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, the cat and the mouse have to live together. They should totally do this. All right. We must make provision for the winter, said the cat. or we shall suffer hunger. And they're smart. The cat is smart. The cat's like, hey, we gotta prepare ourselves, right? We don't want to be caught in the winter without food, right? So and they need wood too, wood to keep themselves warm. I like that they're thinking ahead. They're like chess players, right? And you, little mouse, must not stir out, or you will be caught in a trap. Well, obviously, right? You don't want the mouse like walking into some kind of traps. So they took counsel together and bought a little pot of fat. Then they could not tell where to put it for safety, but after long consideration, the cat said that there could not be a better place than the church, for nobody would steal there. Okay, so they bought this little pot of fat and they're going to store it in the church. Why don't they store it in their house? That doesn't make any sense. Hold on a second. They said they had a house, right? Yeah, they live and keep house together. So let me ask you all out there. If you buy a pot and you fill it with fat, why wouldn't you just keep it in your home? Like that's like the best place to put it. Like you don't just keep you don't buy a pot and then go to like the local church and be like, hey, pastor or priest, I got to store a bunch of fat in your church. Like that sounds dirty. That sounds sacrilegious, and I don't even think the priest is going to be happy with that. Excuse me. Like think about that. That's a little ridiculous, right? You don't just store fat in a church. All right. Anyways. And they decided to put it under the altar and not touch it until they were really in want. So the little pot was placed in safety. But before long, the cat was seized with a great wish to taste it. All right, so the cat's getting hungry. Be careful. Be careful. The warning that we got a hungry cat. All right, and he's very concerned because he doesn't want someone to steal his fat. Listen to me, little mouse, said he. I have been asked by my cousin to stand godfather to a little son she has brought into the world. He is white with brown spots, and they want to have the christening today. So let me go to it, and you stay at home and keep house. Oh, yes, certainly, answered the mouse. Pray, go, by all means, and when you are feasting on all the good things, think of me. I should so like to have a drop of the sweet red wine. Dude, the cat is lying to the mouse. See, the cat's being deceitful. That's not good communication. That's not a start of a good relationship. When one party is deceitful to the other, there's going to be problems that surface. You can't do that. You know, this cat is not a very enlightened being. You can't just be lying to the person you're living with. That's really messed up, you know? I mean, and the mouse is like, "Yeah, certainly have a good time." This is gonna end bad. You can already tell. And now the mouse is just like, let me just give me a little red wine and we're gonna be okay. All right, so we'll see how this plays out. But there was not a word of truth in all this. The cat had no cousin and had not been asked to stand godfather. He went to the church, straight up to the little pot, and licked the fat off the top. Then he took a walk over the roofs of the town, saw his acquaintances, stretched himself in the sun, and licked his whiskers as often as he thought about that little pot of fat. And then, when it was evening, he went home. I mean, that's one way to do it, right, if you're a cat. Here you are at last, said the mouse. I expect you have had a merry time. Oh, pretty well, answered the cat. And what name did you give the child? Asked the mouse. Top Off, answered the cat dryly. Top Off, cried the mouse. That is a singular and wonderful name. Is it common in your family? What does it matter, said the cat. It's not any worse than Crumb Picker, like your godchild. Ooh, so it sounds like the cat's like getting a little defensive here, right? The cat's getting a little defensive because the cat lied. The cat lied to the mouse, went off and licked the fat, and then came back and now is getting defensive. And by the way, that's kind of disgusting. Like, who goes? I know some people eat fat, right? But it still seems like, you know, they got. Well, why not get some like good hearty meat? Like cats are hunters, right? They can catch some good meat, not just have a bowl of fat in a church. This whole thing is sounding kind of absurd already. All right. Again, I must ask you, said he to the mouse, to do me a favor and keep house for the day. I have been asked a second time to stand godfather, and as the little one has a white ring around its neck, I cannot well refuse. Oh yeah, I'm sure the mouse is going to believe this. Twice, 2 days in a row, he's got to be godfather, this cat? No, that just doesn't happen. That's not reality. I mean, how many times have you been asked to be godfather 2 days in a row? This is getting messed up. So the kind little mouse consented, and the cat crept along by the town wall until he reached the church, where he went straight to the little pot of fat and ate half of it. Okay, so now the cat's getting really greedy. He just ate half of the little pot of fat. That is messed up. That's really messed up. So he licked the fat the day before, and now he's eating half the pot. This poor mouse is going to have nothing left. And he's still lying to the mouse. Nothing tastes so well as what one keeps to oneself, said he, feeling quite content with his day's work. Well, that's pretty fucked up that he's feeling content. All he did for the day was going and first of all, he deceived the mouse twice now, and then he's like eating up their rations. Like, dude, and he put the pot of fat in the church, which doesn't make any sense. It should have been kept at home. This is really, really getting messed up. Okay. Half gone, answered when he reached home, the mouse asked what name had been given to the child. Half gone, answered the cat. The cat is not very creative, and the cat's not a good liar either. You don't just say half gone is the name. Like who names their kid half gone? Half gone, cried the mouse. I've never heard such a name in my life. I'll bet it's not to be found in the calendar. Soon after that, the cat's mouth began to water again for the fat. Good things always come in threes, said he to the mouse. Again, I have been asked to stand godfather. Oh, yeah, three days in a row? 3 days in a row, he's like telling the mouse, like, yeah, guess what? I'm gonna be godfather 3 days in a row, right? I got to go to the church. Yeah, dude, this whole thing. Like, if I was the mouse, I would be questioning it after day one. Like, even like the first time, I'd be like, hey, wait a minute, you're going to the church where all our rations are, and seriously, now you're just like you're to be godfather. Like, I don't know. Like, this is a little questionable, And why couldn't the mouse come with too? The mouse could have came with the cat. If they're going to be buddies, he should have invited the mouse to go with him. This doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, that's like a nice, courteous thing to do, to bring the person you're partners with to go to the church. I mean, this is crazy. Okay, so he said, again, I've been asked to stand godfather. The little one is quite black with white feet, and not any white hair on its body. Such a thing does not happen every day, so you will let me go, won't you? Okay, so it looks like now the mouse is catching on. Top off, half gone, murmured the mouse. They are such curious names. I cannot but wonder at them. Yeah, the mouse is catching on, right? I'm going to make a guess. I'm going to make a bold prediction, and maybe we can make a poll in chat. Let's make a poll in chat. So we have top off and half gone. The mouse went in and licked all the top of the fat, right? And then he came back and then licked all the ate half the fat. So let's do a poll, and let's see what the final name is going to be. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be all gone, right? Is the final name going to be all? Oop, I should put it in quotes because all gone. Okay. So is the final name going to be all gone? I think that's where they're going with this. I'm a chess player. I got to try to predict the future. Got to think moves ahead. All right. So everyone vote. Everyone vote. I think it's going to be all gone. That's just my opinion, but we'll see. We'll see what everyone else thinks. Okay. Here we go. So let's see. Let's just go back. A top off, comma, half gone, murmured the mouse. They are such curious names, I cannot but wonder at them. That's because you are always sitting at home, said the cat, in your little gray frock and hairy tail, never seeing the world and fancying all sorts of things. And now the cat's even talking like disparagingly to the mouse. Jesus. Like, where's the conscience of this cat, right? So the little mouse cleaned up the house and set it all in order. Meanwhile, the greedy cat went and made an end of the little pot of fat. So he just ate the whole pot of fat in the church, right? There's like extra bad karma associated with that. Now all is finished. One's mind will be easy, said he. And he came home in the evening quite sleek and comfortable. Okay, by the way, I'm making another prediction. I think the mouse is going to eat, or the cat is going to eat the mouse at the end of the day, right? I think the cat's going to get hungry and eat the mouse. How many of you think that is the case? Kittens, you say you wonder if there will be a twist and the mouse does something to the cat. Yeah, or to the fat. But no, all the fat's gone now. So I think you mean the cat, right? We'll see. I think the cat is going to eat the mouse, but we'll see. Okay. So the mouse asked what name had been given to the third child. It won't please you any better than the others, answered the cat. It is called All Gone. And I'm not lying. I'm absolutely not lying. You see that? Right there. Oops. All Gone. I was on point. Look at this chess player predicting the future. I was on point with that. Yeah, it is all gone. Only one person said yes, and that was me. Everyone, all you doubters were wrong. The name was All Gone. All right, and I swear to God, I have not read this book before. I was able to predict it. There you go. I'm a chess player. All right. All Gone, cried the mouse. What an unheard of name. I never met with anything like it. All gone? Whatever can it mean? And shaking her head, she curled herself round and went to sleep. After that, the cat was not again asked to stand godfather. Yeah, because everything's gone. He doesn't need to lie to the mouse anymore. When the winter had come and there was nothing more to be had out of doors, the mouse began to think of their store of food. Come, cat, said she, we will fetch our pot of fat. How good it will taste, to be sure. Of course it will, said the cat. Just as good as if you stuck your tongue out the window. What? What? That's a weird thing to say, right? Like, who says that? Who says that? Of course it will, said the cat. Just as good as if you stuck your tongue out the window. But I mean, he's basically telling the mouse that there's no food there, but he's not. It's embedded content. He's implicitly implying it, right? So they set out, and when they reached the place, they found the pot, but it was standing empty. Oh no, I now know what it all meant, cried the mouse. Now I see what sort of partner you have been. Instead of standing godfather, you have eaten it all up. First, top off, then half gone, then... Hold your tongue, screamed the cat. Another word, and I eat you too. Wow. Yeah, this cat is messing around. This is not a nice cat. And the poor little mouse, having all gone on her tongue, out it came, and the cat leaped upon her and made an end of her. And that is the way of the world. Dude, Grimm's Fairy Tales is dark. This is serious shit. This is serious. This is my book when I was 6 years old. This cat just ate all their food and then ate the mouse, ate his partner. And by the way, I predicted it. Those, you can go back on the VOD if you didn't hear me earlier. I predicted that the cat was going to eat the mouse at the end. That's messed up. Dude, that's I guarantee Mia would not have done that, kittens, and I guarantee Parmenides would they have much higher moral standing than this cat. I don't know, that's a pretty rude cat to do that. To be deceitful that whole time. And why is he stringing the mouse along? He's he could have just, it's kind of weird too, because he could have just ate the mouse at any time. But he eats the fat, on 3 separate occasions, lies about it, and then he goes ahead and eats the mouse. It doesn't sit right with me. It's not good. It doesn't sit right with me. JT, yeah, I know it's kind of funny, but it's this is dark. This is dark stuff, right? Everything is getting dark these days. I don't know why Grimm's Fairy Tales has to be so dark. I prefer the lighter, fluffier content. Chad Guy, are you back yet? If not, we're gonna have to do your poetry redemption next time I see you. All right, it looks like Chad Guy's gone. Well, anyways, we've had a very successful stream. This has been good. Kittens, you say you suppose the cat wanted the thrill of the game and being the mastermind. I think that's a good point. I think the cat liked the deception, right? I think the cat liked the fact that he was deceiving the mouse, and that he was he probably felt really smart, right? That he was this mastermind, and the mouse doesn't seem, to be honest, the mouse doesn't seem very smart, right? Because if you give the mouse 3 names top off, half gone and all gone, as the names of the children. I mean, where the cat's going to eat the fat right in that pot. Of course something's gone in them. The mouse really didn't put 2 and 2 together there. Yeah, kittens, he's saying enjoying the gullible nature of the mouse. That is true. That mouse was pretty gullible, right? To And the mouse is like at home, like cleaning the house too. It's like, I don't know. I feel bad for that mouse. Think about it. The mouse like thinks it has a friend. Like they're cool. They're hanging out. They're playing cards. They're doing all sorts of stuff. They're talking. Having a good time. They both have a good thing going. And then the cat just goes and pulls all this nonsense. I guess it's just the way of the world. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's what they say, right? This is the way of the world, right? The cat's going to eat the mouse. And to be fair, I will say this about the cat. It is the cat's nature, right? Cats are literally born to chase mice, right? It's hard for a cat to become friends with a mouse and to live with it in its house. I mean, that's kind of asking a lot. And mice are typically born to be like afraid of cats, right? Like mice don't like walk up to cats. So the mouse was pretty gullible and kind of dumb, I guess. But the cat was very deceptive, right? That's not it's just not a nice thing for the cat to do. At the end of the day, all right. But yeah, that's Grimm's Fairy Tales. Those of you who have not checked out Grimm's Fairy Tales before, definitely check it out. It's really good stuff. It's good content. It's good stuff. And I think we've reached the point where. Yeah, Terry time. You say it's bedtime, your lovely friends. Yeah, and we are about ready to end the stream also. Let's do a raid. Let's see who's out there in the world. If you are a subscriber, I have a raid call that you can copy and paste. Yeah, it's always good to spread the love. Here's the raid call if you're a subscriber. Let's see who's out there in the Twitch universe tonight. Let's see who's out there. And Chad Guy, we'll get to your redemption. We just got to do it some other time. Oh, okay. Here we go. My good buddy Noger is streaming right now. This will be fun because he's only got two people. He's only got two people in this chat. Noger is a philosopher. He's a philosopher. So we're gonna give Noger a big raid. Give him a follow. He's gonna love this. Yeah, he reads philosophical journal articles. He's a super awesome dude. He reads philosophical journal articles. We're going to give him a big raid, and let's send a lot of love his way. He's a smart guy. He's my philosophy brother. So, yeah, thank you all again so much for everything. I love and appreciate you all, and I will see you around. I'll see you I'll see you around. See you in the world, in the Twitch world at least. And I love you all unconditionally. Be kind to the people around you, okay? Namaste.